If you're an author that's looking for a good cost-effective solution to your marketing needs for graphic assets, then look no further than BookBrush. Now, if you have not heard of BookBrush before or hear me just absolutely gush about their services, then, well, today's the day that you can pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of coffee, because we're going to sit down and chat with Kathleen Sweeney. She's the head of marketing over at bookbrush.com. And if you've never heard of them before, it's like Canva on steroids for authors. It's really devoted to authors and creating graphic assets that's going to bring in more readers. So without any further ado, let's get on into the interview, and I'll introduce you to Kathleen Sweeney from BookBrush. Okay, so you and I have known each other for a few years now, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking 2 or 3 probably. Time
Easily.
Flies when you're having fun,
Yeah.
right?
What led you over to me? Because I know that you ended up coming and approaching me about BookBrush and everything else. Yeah, it was crazy. I'll tell you, you are probably one of the best marketers from a service that I've ever met, because you're so professional. But I also get the sense that you personalize everything when you're reaching out to people. It's not like just like, hey, Dale, I'm a huge fan. Insert video. This is a great video. Let's work with each other. What? How are you so different? Because you obviously have a different mindset than obviously some other marketers do.
I think it might be because I feel like I helped grow BookBrush from the very beginning. It's like my baby a little bit too.
Yeah.
And so you want to put your best foot forward and personalize each interaction. So like if I do a webinar with a group, I'm like, hey, send me your covers ahead of time so we can use your group's book covers in there, so we know how much heat you have in your group or how much blood, all those things. So each time that we want to work with a group or with an influencer or somebody in the author community, we want to try to understand what they are looking for or what they have in their niche and personalize it. And it kind of speaks to BookBrush itself, as you personalize everything you do in there. So we tried to take the same tactic, I guess.
Let's rewind just a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about BookBrush. If you were to explain BookBrush to someone who's brand new to it, what is that? And also, when did you guys first launch?
We launched in the fall of 2018 under a different name. Went to a conference and some influencers there said, love your product, your name's really terrible. So we took a big gulp and rebranded, and then we became BookBrush that fall.
What was the name?
Covers Sell Books. And so the thing about it at that time was we did not have a cover creator or anything like that. And so we were talking about how your cover in these graphics would sell books, but it made it seem like we were cover design. Full circle, we now have a cover creator.
Go figure.
We didn't know we'd add that. You know, we don't always know where the author community is going to lead us, and then we head that direction. So we rebranded then, and then we've been BookBrush ever since, which is an online platform designed specifically for authors. So here's the thing. There's a lot of nice design tools out there. Lots of them are great. They're just not all specifically for authors.
Yeah.
So when you sign into BookBrush, you'll find that we've really beefed up the things that are handy for authors. So you may not see all those things that are for everybody, because BookBrush isn't for everybody. But in the author niche, we've combined a lot of things in one handy marketing toolbox. For example, right now at this recording, we have over 200 3D versions to drop your book cover in. So that's a lot.
Wow.
And we are always looking to add more.
It's incredible. Sometimes the features, I do every now and then get a little overwhelmed, but I remind myself, just use one tool at a time, Dale. Speaking of, we could probably spend the next 2 hours talking about all the features, but what are the features on BookBrush that are most loved by the users right now?
I would say hands down, instant mock-ups are the fan favorite. So those are just those great eye-catching real life scenes where you drop your 2D cover in and it magically puts it into those different scenes and things. We are launching, which we've already launched for Platinum, and by the time all of you get to hear this recording, it will be available on Gold as well, an Instant Mockups 2.0, which lets you view all your book covers in the images before you download, which has been a request by a lot of folks, and bulk editing. So you can go through and change multiple ones at once, kind of like if you're thinking of your author brand kit, so you can put your particular font in and change the font on all of the ones you're downloading so it can stay on brand for you, just like that. So that's going to make a fan favorite even more popular, I think.
How well has the new book trailer thing been received? Because I know that you guys just launched like the detailed deep dive one about a couple years ago, and I think you guys did the more basic version of the book trailer feature. How has that been going?
The easy mode is a blessing. So we have easy mode and advanced in the book trailers. And I encourage people to start with easy mode. You can toggle between the two, but with that easy mode in place, if you start with a template, even the most non-techie folks can put together a book trailer because you're just substituting the background images and or videos that you're putting in. So you're deciding. I helped somebody make one about a potato cookbook, so anything is possible if you can do that, which it turned out really nice, but I'm just saying the sky's the limit, and then you're putting in your text and things, but the format is there, so it makes it easy. You just put your personal touches on it, and you can do a book trailer. So yeah, it's going well now with the easy mode, I think.
Has any author seen any real success using book trailers to market their books?
You know, we don't always hear from folks afterwards. They sometimes share their trailer in our Facebook group just because they're excited. And they want to put it in there like, hey, look, check it out. So I assume, and I would think, folks are having success because they're coming back and making more. So it's got to be working on some level, or they wouldn't be making more trailers.
Where would you recommend posting a book trailer video?
So the book trailers download as an MP4, and you can upload those in anywhere that accepts an MP4. I would recommend under 60 seconds. People's attention span is just not that long. So really any platform out there that accepts that size as an MP4, the video, you can do that. You can also switch, so there are a lot of them with the templates are horizontal, but you can switch it to vertical if you want to do like a TikTok size format in there. Cool. If you're wanting to do the book talk thing, but not be the one dancing around, you can use the trailer creator to do that too. So depending on the size and what you create, really the sky's the limit on where you want to post it.
A book brush makes TikTok dancing easy for you.
Takes the nerve-wracking part out. You can just use the videos in there and still have a presence without having to be the one in the video.
So you would just recommend just about anywhere like TikTok. What are some other platforms? Would we say like YouTube? Is there any others off the top of your head?
I see people posting them on Facebook too with the followers that they have. YouTube is a great spot for those, and those could be longer, depending on what you're doing. The book trailer is the only place in BookBrush where you can upload your own audio file, so it could lend itself to a blurb from your narrator or you talking to your audience too. So there's, if you think of places that you might want to communicate with your reader audience, that's another way you could do that.
Of all the tools and designs and elements and templates that you guys, what's one element not enough authors are using right now?
Ooh, it's hard to pick. So I feel like two of our animated tools are underused. So they're animated email signatures. And here's the thing. It is not a secret that readers or authors email readers to sell books. That's out there. But if you could make your email stand out with an animated email signature, that could put you a step ahead. And those are included on all the paid plans. And there's just a little template, and you put in your book cover, your picture, those things, and you can download the animated email signature. Tip on that, I would also download yourself a version without the animation, so that you could use that for your replies maybe. So you've got the animated on the first one and then the not so busy version for that. You have unlimited downloads, so that's easy to do. And then the animated mock-ups. So those are put together by our graphic design team. They're for all the paid plans. And they combine video background effects, music, animation, and your book all in one handy meme. So we're talking down and dirty animated graphics that are fun. So definitely check those out. We add new ones each month, so there's always something in there.
What would you use the animated graphics for?
Really, those are going to be an MP4 too. So really anywhere that accepts the MP4, I hate to limit people, but they're, they could be little 12-second blurps for TikTok. There's a lot of TikTok-sized ones in there. Of course, Facebook and any place you want to put that. Some people could embed them in their website too. Those kinds of things.
So it's just pretty much you can use it for ads too, probably, I'm assuming?
Any place that would accept the animated ad, as long as what you're uploading doesn't have to be just a PNG or a JPEG. If it takes an MP4 or accepts it, then yep, you can put it there too.
Very cool. Recently, I found out that the creators of the writing software Atticus created an integration with BookBrush. Share a little bit about this.
This was such a cool opportunity. So we love to find creative ways to partner with folks. And Atticus is a totally separate formatting tool for book formatting. But what we partnered with was a way for folks to be able to create the graphics, so the fun stuff, right, that you want to do in there. So ornamental page breaks, image elements for the chapter art, things like that, you can create in BookBrush and then upload into Atticus. And this is such a neat idea on the chapter pages. If you want to show a scene, so here's the first one with the tree. The next chapter, the tree is budding out. The next chapter, the leaves are falling. You could do those series of images and then upload them so you can tell a story with the graphics in your book.
Oh, very, very cool. Do you guys anticipate that you'll be doing much more integrations or collaborations with other brands at all?
We are always open for ideas. We did partner with Story Origin, so you'll see if you're using Story Origin for a book promo, like an author group promo, what folks were struggling with there was, where do we make the graphic for it? Hello, you could do that over in BookBrush. So we put in the size that people need, and then they can get that part done for their group promo over there. I'm trying to think. I don't have any on my radar. But, there could be more coming. We don't usually say no. Well, we did add some Amazon A+ content sizes too. Not that we necessarily partner directly with Amazon, but as an answer for folks who want to do A+ content and aren't sure where to make those graphics, we have templates for that.
You guys were very fast on that, because I know as soon as they had released that to the public, that option, you guys had templates almost instantaneously.
Well, we had a lot of authors saying, hey, we want to do this. They just opened this up and we already use BookBrush. We want to make these. And so, yep, we hopped in and got the sizes we needed and tried to make it easy for our author community.
Do you foresee that how about, let me rephrase this. Do you think that there's going to be any features coming out relatively soon that we could be excited about? Now, I'm not holding you to it, but it'd be kind of cool to hear what you guys might have in the works.
We have a small team of folks beta testing a newer version of the trailer creator that they say is going to be even easier and more intuitive. So that's something in the works. I think we're planning on adding a QR code generator so that people can make those easily in BookBrush. We're going to be out, those are mostly for print, and people are going to do things again. We're going to go places. Dale and I just talked before I was on here. I was just at a conference last weekend, got to go somewhere. And so people will want those QR codes on, the print things that they have out there. So that's something we're planning on adding pretty soon too.
Yeah, the QR codes, I think that's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys will end up doing there. And I think that you continue to just evolve BookBrush and have just really stacked value. I think, speaking of stacked value, not many people realize this, but there is a free plan that you can use with BookBrush. Am I not correct? And if so, what features do they get for that?
So, yep, you're exactly right. Folks can sign up. The website is bookbrush.com. So, it's an online platform, and you can create and download 15 images for free in what we call the Custom Creator. Now, that's our flagship tool. It's the first thing we built, and you can do graphics for all different social media platforms, either from scratch, or we have a lot of nice community templates too. So, if you used up all your creativity writing, we've got you covered with some nice templates, so you're not starting just totally with a blank slate. And you can create and download 15 of those. So that gives folks a nice way to get a feel for the tools and see if they want to be a book brusher. And then in the cover creator, that's part of a paid plan, but you can design a cover and then it just has the watermark on it. And then if you like your design, you can choose to upgrade and then you can download it without the watermark. So that's sort of a try before you buy option in there.
Nice. So you guys give everybody like a little bit of a test drive, a little bit of a taste test, if you will.
Yes, and we talked about the instant mock-ups as a fan favorite.
Oh, yeah.
There's some filter words in there, and one of them is free. So if you were on the free plan, we opened up just a handful, so you can try and see the magic happen.
Interesting. See, I did not know that. There's always something that you teach me something new, because you'll open up and see, normally whenever you and I have met up, you typically have done a screen share of sorts. So here I've kind of handcuffed you to an audio podcast to just try to describe everything when it comes to BookBrush. What's another one of the features maybe that you haven't shared with me yet that you think I would like?
We did not talk about box sets, and this is a sleeper of a tool.
Okay.
So you can create box set images in BookBrush. You could save yourself time and money because people pay graphic designers a lot of money to do those. So it's included with the gold and platinum plan, so that's going to save you money there. And of course the time, because you don't have to wait till you get a spot in your graphic designer's calendar. And somewhere along the way in the last couple months, we added the option. So when you see those spines that are in strips that make a picture, you can design all of those at once. So whatever it is, a house, a handshake, one of those shirtless men, whatever you need on your spines, then it'll download in however many spines you need, and then you can upload those and do that. So we've come up with an easier way to make that happen. So super eye-catching box sets.
And you don't really need to have a degree in order to use BookBrush, right? It's pretty intuitive.
The learning curve is not steep, so that's the nice part. People get in and get familiar. We also offer a lot of free webinars, which are recorded too because life is crazy. But you can join those and get a feel for the different tools. Those do one tool at a time, so they are the right size for your brain. You can pick what you want to learn about and join those. They are usually supposed to be 30 minutes, but I'm a talker, so sometimes they're 40, depending on the questions that people have. But I love doing those. I love to show people what they can do and help them get comfortable.
It's pretty incredible. Has anybody ever approached you to do it for them? In other words, say, hey, Kathleen, you do this so well. Could you just do mine for me?
The people would love that. There's just not enough of me to go around. I can't do it.
Oh, man. It was worth asking. It was worth asking. You can't fault me for that. As we start to wrap up today's podcast, I would love to just ask the same question I ask everybody else. What's one piece of advice you'd give to aspiring authors and self-publishers out there?
Just give it a try. This wouldn't even necessarily be BookBrush related, but so many people have a book in their heart that they're not out there pursuing. Give it a try. There's so many tools these days that you don't have to be Stephen King. You can get your book out there in a lot of ways that are affordable. So don't be afraid to try.
Big shout out and thank you to Kathleen for taking some time out her day to spend some time with us. Hey, folks, do yourself a favor. Go on over and visit bookbrush.com. Get yourself set up with a free account today, or you can see about upgrading. Let them know that Dale sent you on over there. If you are listening to the audio podcast, you may want to go and see the second part of this video interview where she actually does a full tour of all of the assets that are within the BookBrush suite. Till later, I'll see you guys in the very next interview.